Well, Chit, hey neighbors, there's so much we could talk about before we tear down this beautiful MS200T chainsaw to go through it and redeem it and find out if Neighbor Mo's going to get this for $1,000 or 100 million billion trillion $1,000. I think it's going to be the latter, neighbors. That being said, I'm sad. I sent out Rob Weaver's case saw today, and so I've got to take his name off the board, neighbors. Should we find another saw for him to buy, even though he shouldn't buy any more chainsaws? So we can have his name on the board again. Rob Weaver, I hope you're considering a membership, neighbor. With that, Jimbus Maximus is who bought my 038. I have decided I'm going to tell you guys who bought the saw. And then maybe in a year, when you've forgotten about that particular saw tied to a particular name, I might tell you a testimony of a stranger that's a subscriber and was the very first member of this channel. Thank you, Jimbus Maximus and Starkritz and Adam Hayes. You are officially the first 3 members to the channel. And if you guys want to become a member, well, first off, if you're using iPhone, you got to do it on your desktop site. Either from the desktop YouTube site on your phone or from your PC, okay? There will be a join button. You will not see it on your phone if you're an iPhone user. If you're an Android user, you click subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And once you click subscribe, you'll see a join button. There you can click on join. There's also perks. It will give you perks after that. I thought the super chats and everything, you can use those without a membership. I think that's how it works. I don't know, neighbors. I'll tell you as soon as I figure it out. If you don't know. If you do know, tell me in the comments how this shit works. I'm trying to figure it out. That being said, I've had the neighbor across the street, their pigs have destroyed my yard. Destroyed it. Their pigs have been loose for several days. I think they finally got them penned up today. But if you follow the channel, you know, the neighbors across the street includes one of the Blakes I know, neighbor Blake, who's done me dirty. And on my walk today, he mentioned the pigs, and they're not his pigs. They're Charlie's pigs. Charlie has taken ownership and responsibility for what the pigs have done, which I respect the shit out of. But Blake said something to me today and shook my hand and apologized about the pigs. He hasn't said anything about the other matters we need to resolve. But it's a start, neighbors. It's a start. And so I'm going to take that as a victory, even though, as I walked away, him and his family broke out in laughter. That could be Quinkadink, or it could be pack mentality. One of them could have said something funny to make everybody laugh about the situation or about me or whatever it might have been. And that's pack mentality. Everybody just kind of naturally joins in because they're already a pack. They're a family. So that being said, we're trying not to let that bother us too much. And then there's a lot going on today. I have lost 62 videos that I've taken for you guys over the past week and a half. 62. And this is not the first time I've lost tons of footage. And so we're back to fear. We're recording on the phone again. Because every time we record on something else, we end up losing footage in some way or another. I haven't quite figured it out, but I think it's the computer. And so the next thing we will be doing is trying to work toward replacing my very old computer. And hopefully that will resolve the problem. We have the right cameras. Thank you, Rob Weaver, for the right cameras. We have purchased the right memory cards, the right size, the right speed, the right everything, compatible, the right brand, blah, 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 blahs. And we're still losing footage somehow. Damn it, I knew he was going to call. Hang on, neighbors. Hopefully I'll remember to call you back this time, Jason, because last time you called when I was recording, I did you dirty and I never called you back, neighbor. That being said, neighbors, I am going to tear down this MS200T. And before we do that, let's get our gloves on, okay? Because, neighbors, it's time for 28% of my audience to bend over. You need a prostate exam. Just kidding, neighbors. I don't get paid enough to stick my finger up your dirty asshole. Go pay your doctor $1,000 for that shit. Not me. Let's get to work, neighbors. Okay, so I haven't done one of these in a few months, and I've only done one this year. I haven't done many 200Ts, so although I'm not 1000% familiar with the saw, I know the basic logistics and setups of it. The first thing I really do want to do is, normally I like to use this handle on a 200T to move my saw around, but it is loose, and as you can see, it is just stressing all that stuff under, and our intake boot is not cheap. And that is typically a part I reuse on saws because it's not cheap, and I don't like any aftermarket boot. There's not one single aftermarket boot I like, so we'll just unhook our throttle lever there. This has no fuel in it because the gas cap was off. I bought this saw on eBay. I can't breathe, you guys. It hurts so bad. I'm trying to get our fuel line off so we can pull this out, but it's not wanting to come. Usually if I pull the carburetor a little bit, it'll go with it. I'm just trying to unhook our fuel line there. Okay. And now our carburetor wants to come off. Okay. Put that in our bin. I bought this saw on eBay, and I unboxed it for you guys on the channel here. And we took a little bit of a look at it, but I have had a very slight bit of a look at our piston. And if you look at this saw, neighbors, this has not been repainted. This has that much paint left on it. Yes, it does. That's right. So I sense I have gotten me a saw that stopped running many years ago, and ended up in my hands eventually. So we're going to take our blessing and run with it. All right, next, to get our handle off, you have to go ahead and take out this T27 screw over here. We'll have to push our impulse boot, and then I believe since the front is already loose, our handle should come off. Very carefully push this through. We don't want to use our screwdriver and accidentally jab it. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is unhook our impulse hose, which just plugs in right back there, and you can pull it right off. Okay, that is our handle. We'll put that in our bin. Okay, I need to bag as I go. That's the only bad thing about these videos is on the phone, I suppose I can pause, but we'll do that so we don't lose stuff. Oh, I forgot I have an organizer, neighbors. We're trying to move away from the bags, and even with our dirty hardware, do it in organizers. Dion has cleaned a saw for me, and to my surprise, he did really well. I was happy. Okay, I've got my muffler bolts in there. I'm just seeing what I got in there. Now we can go ahead. We'll get our recoil out of here. This is like the holy grail of arborist saws. You're not a real arborist if you haven't bought a 200T off of the Chainsaw Redeemer yet. So, go buy you a used 200T and I'll redeem it for you. You take the risk. Okay, there's our recoil. Simple as that. 4 T27 screws. And then we can go ahead and get our flywheel off since we're over here. Take our 13 mil. Hold our flywheel. Just loosen that. I don't see. I was trying to find my big needle nose and my regular needle nose. We have been doing a lot of different projects, and again, if you're new, we're working between two buildings right now. I'm trying to set up my new shop, and I'm disabled and always in excruciating pain, and it keeps getting worse because I'll have degenerative diseases. Tap that with your hammer. Okay, flywheel's off. The saw is not that dirty. I mean, it's got oil and stuff inside of it, but it's realistically, look at that flywheel. It's just not that dirty. Oh, yeah, buddy. Neighbor Mo, that clean flywheel just made the price go up $100. I definitely think this thing has blown a crankshaft seal. I have not vacuum pressure tested it, but I do believe we'll probably be replacing our crankshaft seals. Okay, on our other side, I forget what size this is. Is it a 13 as well? It is. You can try one time, reverse thread. I wouldn't try too much and see if it will come off without a piston stop. This one does. That's another $100, neighbor Mo. The clutch came off very easily, neighbor. That's very rare. Okay. There's that stuff. And then we've got our worm gear here. If it wants to let us have it. Oh, you know what? Let's take the dust cover off first. Sorry. Switch back to our T27 here. You got two T27 screws for this dust cover right here. Do I have one labeled dust cover? I do. Excellent. And then get that off, it'd be a little bit easier to grab our worm gear. Throw that in our bin. This I don't want to lose. Put that in there for now. Go ahead and remove your oil pump. Again, 2 T27s. Put those in our spot for the oil pump. Take your oil pump out. I did not check this for oil. That was probably a mistake, because it might have bar oil in it still. Take our oil pump out. I'll set that there for now. Yeah, she's spuging a little bit of oil. Shall we check, neighbors? She's got a little bit in her. We might get a little messy on this one. That's okay. Let me go ahead for now. We will just... come here, stop. These little ones, I need a huge stack of these things. Too many of the larger size stops. Silicone stops. There we go. We'll do that. I don't usually pull coils out. I did on the last one, and I might not on this one because I'm hurting so bad. I might leave her hanging. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just looking, neighbors, at what I need to do next. I believe we can go ahead and... Yep, there we go. Our cap fell off. There's all our oil, neighbors. I'm not saying neighbors too much, neighbors. Watch your Canadian guys and see how much they say friends too much before you bitch at me, okay? People, see how much people say anyways too much before you bitch at me, okay? Just saying. Give me a fair chance here. Give me a fair shake. Look at the people that are saying bro too much and homie too much before you bitch at me. That's my term of endearment for you. Boy, this oil cap is being an asshole. Kind of like people that say I say neighbors too much. Just kidding, neighbors. There we go. No, it does not want to go in. I'll be damned. Okay, there we go. I'll have to see if that might need replaced. No arborist is going to be messing with that, Mo. Sorry, Mo. I just took $100 off the price for that, okay? So you're only $100 over 100 trillion million billion $1,000 right now. Take our chain catch off and our felling spike, or this isn't a bucking spike, not a felling spike. Sorry, neighbors. Okay, all that can go in here. Let's see. What do you say? You say jug. Jug. Okay, take our chain catch out. Remember, you guys, I usually pull all this stuff out because we're refurbishing the saw. We need to inspect everything, find any actual bad parts, etc., re-grease stuff. Our chain catch doesn't want to come out. Okay. Whoops, took my petticoat with it. Yeah, it doesn't want to come out. Okay, we won't fight with that right now. For sake of the length of the video, we'll take the chain catch out later. Can't fight with it right now. Okay, so next, I'm looking, and I can take this rubber AV mount off. Yeah, that definitely needs replaced. And I think I am out of 200T AV mounts, honestly. Let's see, that should be a T20. Damn, where's my T20? There it is. You guys stick around. You want to see what this top end looks like, don't you? We're going to take it off. Okay? So stay tuned. Okay. Got that off. Now we can take our hook off. Take that off. And then I believe we can go ahead and take this back shroud off. Yes, 2 T27s on the top up here. And you'll have 2 more on the bottom. Okay. Just looking, I think we can pop this out real quick. No, I'd rather get this off first. I feel like I missed a screw somewhere. It feels too tight still. Okay, let's go ahead and get our spark plug out. The slide should have come out, I thought. Spark plug being a jerk. Slippery hands. Goodness. Okay, there's that. Oh, there goes our socket. Now that comes out. At least it doesn't fall all the way to the floor. It fell on the shelf instead. Okay, now that screw does not want to come out. I don't see any reason besides the screw being a jerk. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and get that out. There we go. There we go. Now we got it, neighbors. There we go. Take that off of our impulse hose. There's that part. Okay, it's got our fuel line in it. Okay, let's see here. I think we might need to replace this one. Yeah, we probably will. What have they done with the tank vent? Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I get distracted. I'm trying to understand what I need to get for this saw and have an idea of it, at least mentally in my head, since I'm not making a list. Now, you can take this plastic piece off. Boy, I was hoping to get to the 038 tonight, too, but I don't know if I can. Thanks for you guys that buy stuff for me that are always so patient with me when my pain overtakes me and slows my work down. Just kind of very carefully trying to do this because I don't want to stab my boot, and I honestly don't like stabbing myself either. It's no fun. All right, there we got that. Go ahead and take our intake boot off. Again, being very careful, a little bit at a time. Now, da 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 da. Shall we see? Are you guys ready? Neighbor Mo, here it is. Is it a 100 trillion billion million $1,000 saw? Or am I going to let you get the chip for $1,000? Still has the base gasket. Nobody's been inside of it, I don't think, you guys. Looks pretty good. Gotta love these short stroke steels, man. They're so cool looking. Okay. Our piston looks beautiful. No play. Excellent. Shall we see an idea of what kind of ring gap we have? If I can get the ring. Come on, baby. Okay. I can already tell it's fucking stunning. Wow. You guys, I have another low hour 200T. That's beautiful. This is 2 this year. This is not often you come across these. This is low hours unless it's been rerung. It doesn't appear to be ever gone into to me. I know 100% this is an OEM base gasket. I can tell. Yep. This is, unless somebody has made a base gasket out of the same material Stihl uses. That's the original base gasket. Mo. 100 million billion trillion $1,000 for your 200T, neighbor, if you're that seriously interested. Shall we check this ring gap just for shits and giggles? It is really small, you guys. It's a small ring gap. I wonder if somebody re-ringed it and then couldn't get it running. It looks like, yeah, I can even see there's not a ton of carbon. Look at that. I mean, it's so light, it comes off with the finger. Let's find us a Stihl. Come on. Let's see it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Be OEM. I'm pretty certain it is. I don't think this saw's. There it is. There's our S, guys. Let me get a paper towel. It is 100% OEM 200T. 100%. There's not a single aftermarket part on this saw. Not a one. Even the air filter is OEM still. That's excellent. That is beautiful. I love it. There it is, neighbors. There's our S. Can you guys see it? You guys can't. You guys can't see it. Damn. Let me scrub it a little bit for you. See if that'll work. Shit. Get a nylon brush. There it is. There it is, neighbors. I know you can't see it great. Hopefully when I watch this, it's better. But this is an OEM piston, neighbors. All right, to our ring gap. I'm excited for Mo. He's going to pay $100 million, billion, trillion, $1,000 for this 200T. Unless you neighbors make me a better offer. Going to have to go real small here. Okay. .012. A little bit bigger than that, which is good. I would expect it to be. I'm hoping for like 0.016, 0.017 max. And I don't think we'll get that high. Here's 0.016. Yeah, definitely not. 0.014, maybe, neighbors. Very tight. It's really like 0.0135. That was tight to get in there. Excellent. Fantastic. So I'll tell you guys at the end of every video what. If you're new here, listen. If you're not, say it. Great, you did already. Excellent. Why do we say be kind to one another? Everyone's facing a battle. Here's the thing. I'm sharing my battles with the world. I'm sharing the things I have to persevere through. I'm sharing the things that discourage me. I'm sharing the things that make me angry. I'm sharing my anger. I'm sharing my discouragement. I'm sharing all of that. And if somebody does not share their battle with you, then you have no idea. Okay? And so the way I see it is, I got a pretty shitty, fucked up, hard life. You should be nice to me. Damn. But seriously, the more you know about a person's life, the easier it should be to be kind. And you can say, well, yeah, but you don't know so-and-so. Neighbors, I have 22 siblings. Don't tell me I don't know so-and-so. We have some of the worst genetics this country has to offer. Okay? Mental health, all that garbage in my family. Okay? Addictions, all kinds of stuff. So, you have no excuse if you know somebody's facing a hard life not to be nice to them. No matter what kind of hard life it is. If they don't share their battle, you still really have no excuse. Neither do I. But at the same time, if you don't know, how can you help? If you don't know what somebody's going through, how can you know they might need extra kindness that day? Or in their life as a whole? You might meet somebody and they might be dying of cancer and you have no idea. And they don't tell you. Maybe they don't want pity. Everybody's different. But if they do tell you their battles, and somebody has a hard life, no matter the reasons, you have no excuse not to be kind. It's as simple as that. Life is shit. We are all swimming through the shit soup of life together on this fucking globe. Sorry if you're a flat earther, you're wrong. But you can still use this concept. We're all swimming together on the turtle's back on a flat thing with an ice wall and everything else that the government's protecting and this and that and blah, 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 blahs. Blase, blase. Listen, I know a bunch of shit the government tells us is true is not true. But come on, the world's a globe. Simple as that. See, side noted, shit. Back to it. We're all swimming through the shit soup of life together. And every time we're shitting in the shit soup that we're all swimming in. Adding more shit, making life harder, making it harder to wade through and push through. So tomorrow, or today, depending on what time you watch this, instead of shitting in the shit soup, why don't you lend somebody some floaties? Why don't you go let them put their feet on your shoulders and submerge your face in the shit soup just so they might have a good day one time? Okay? Remember that. Life's hard. That's why we have to be kind to one another. Everyone is facing a battle. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to all of those who comment and share the videos. Okay? If you want to become a member and you can't figure it out, please email me, smallengineredemption@gmail.com. Love all 8 billion of you, even though I suck at it. Let's keep persevering, neighbors.